Hello, I'm going to share how to quickly log into Flipgrid and create your first grid for your students to collaborate on. So you'll go to flipgrid.com. And if you don't already have an account, you'll want to log in and educator login. Now I have an account, so I can log in through my Google account, which is what I did. And so when you come to yours, you won't have your grid set up, but you'll be able to add a new grid. So you'll go ahead and do that. Now, this is kind of the overarching. The grid is where you would house, like, say, a class period. So if you had second period science, you would have a grid for second period science, and then you would put the topics underneath of there. And so I'm just going to say science test. And I use my school emails just to keep my student information safe, but you can create public PLCs that you can share with around the world and all those things, or a student ID number. And so I'll go next and next. And now I have created my grid. I can copy this link, but it doesn't really give me much. So it always starts out with this hello on Flipgrid. If you want to do that, you can. Now, here's something you can do right now. You can hide it. If someone has the link, they can still get to it, or you can freeze it so that people can't get onto it at all. I'm just going to hide it right now. Now, I'm going to add my first topic. And so this is where your students would be collaborating on this grid under this topic. And so we'll just call it test 1. And then I would explain that here. I get to choose how much time I'd like to have my students spend on their responses. Also think about what you have the time to listen to. You can speed up their responses to 2 times. So if it's 30 seconds, it's only going to take you 15 seconds if you can keep up. And so I'm just going to say, okay, well, this one's going to be a minute. And I can add all sorts of ways to put a focus on mine. Now I'm going to add a Giphy because I love them. And I'm just going to do fun. And we're just going to put this. Oh, that's super cute. And going to select that. And so I can do more options too. I'm going to show you that right now. So the more options allows me to do other things. It allows me to add a link. If I was having my students going to look at something and then respond to that video or respond to that piece of text, I could put a link in and give them directions to look at the link and then respond to that here. And so there's one thing. You can also moderate it. And so if you click that on, that means that none of the videos will show up in the grid until you've taken a look at them. I did this the first couple times. Now I have most of my grids just open because my students are used to using it. And then student-to-student replies, I always say yes because I want students talking to each other through the grid. Here's some other video features. I tend to turn the likes off because unless we're doing some kind of voting thing where they're looking at something and voting on, whose is going to move on to the next round or something like that. And then I allow students also to attach links and have encouraged them to share articles or resources that they have found. Sticky notes are great because then students can actually put the prompt on the side while they're recording their video. And I'll show you that here in just a moment. And so then there's some other things about feedback. Not going to go into that too much right now, but you'll see that on your the responses from the students. So I'm going to create my topic and I'm going to do all set. And so now I've got this topic. And so I can record a response from here and add some kind of example for my students if I wanted to give them an exemplar. And so in this case, the Flipgrid has some really, really nifty tools. And so I want to show you some of those right now. So here's the sticky note. So show topic, right? That allows me to see it right there. I could also create a sticky note that I just type some notes to myself about what I'm going to say on my Flipgrid. That's a really cool thing. Here I've got some filters. And so if I'm not comfortable with, or if I want to change my mood or setting, and then here's one if I'm not comfortable with showing myself, I can Minecraft myself. There's also, you can add text. And so this is great. Adding, so click on that and I choose missing you all. And so I could do something like that. I can also, did not mean to do that. And so I can also add emojis and stickers. And so if I want to put that over my face while I talk, or I just am so excited because I'm celebrating something, I could put that up in the top. And so there's all sorts of these emojis to add to the Flipgrids. Here I can actually write on the space. Here is a whiteboard or blackboard option, so I can just go ahead and narrate it as opposed to even having any visual video there. It can all be text video. And so there's a whiteboard and a blackboard. And then there's also the ability to upload a picture. So I could upload an image and then talk over that image while my video was going on. There's also the ability to upload video files. They have to be MP4 format, but you can also upload your own videos if you're doing those with, say, a cell phone or some other device. Oh, shoot. And so once I'm ready and I have all my things done and I've got, my super fun sticker, I'm just going to put, I'm really happy. Oh, I'm really happy today. And so I would do that. And then I would say next. And
I'm really happy today.
I can go back. I can add more. I can actually crop it from here if I would like to, but I'm not going to. And I'm going to say next. And so this is where I would take my selfie. Again, I can put a sticker on myself, or I can just be like, and then I put a title. Oftentimes you can give your students, so once that prompts, I often give my students like a hashtag to sort through on the Flipgrids. I'll put a title that kind of goes back to what I've done. If I've created a virus profile or if I've created whatever the student has created, I want that title to kind of reflect what their work is on. And then there's that option to put that link on. And then I would submit my video. It's going to show up here. And now when I watch that,
I'm really happy today.
And so
I'm really happy.
And then I can reply to that. And so if I was looking over students, I can give them verbal response. I can type in things. I can respond to them also using the Flipgrid.
I'm really happy today.
And I think mine is already on 2x speed. And so that's why it sounds that way.
I'm really happy today.
So you can see how that could change your workflow. And so you can give comments and feedback from here. You can also share those with a shareable link. And then from this screen here is where you can actually, so some actions here. So if I look at actions, I can download the video if I would like to. I can also, up here at the top of the grid, I can download all of the videos if I would like to do that. And so there are lots of really cool options. Just real quick, if you are moderating your chat, your activity here is going to show you all the new, no matter what, even if it's moderated or not. But here, if it's been moderated, it'll say hidden until you make it active. And so this is where you kind of check in my activity, where things are happening. My grids, that's going to list all the grids that you have. Mixtapes, these are really cool. These are like, you can put together a compilation of different responses that students have given throughout the week that are exemplar or creative things that you think everyone needs to hear. And so you can kind of put a mixtape together and students can take a look at that. Grid Pals, this is a way to collaborate all over the world with other Flipgrid users. The Disco libraries were really where you can go to search. And so you can search topics down here. There's all sorts of really cool things to get into here, and you can search topics. So if you're looking for like a, getting to know you, getting to know you, that would go. Then, okay, so here's some ideas for that. And so there's all sorts of really great things out there. And then the shorts, this is awesome. So these are just little videos that you would make just like a wee video. And so you can create your own shorts there. So I hope this was helpful, and please reach out and let me know if you need anything.